Well, this gotta be a first. Coming to you live from aboard the Icon of the Seas, somewhere in between Miami and CocoCay. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. And let me see if I can do this. Here we go. I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be. Cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah. And we are live, everybody. Let me give you a camera too here, real quick. That's the Independence of the Seas, which we are passing right now. We just left our perfect day at CocoCay. Says the RV DJ. The bar is officially open. Well, cheers, everybody. Today we're having wine, not IPA, because lo and behold, they have no IPAs on this boat. I mean, they have like at some of the specialty bars, but it's not it's not common. This one, I think this is the same bottle they opened for us last night. Is there's one bar in the whole ship that has this Spanish Ribera del Duero wine that is really good, actually. Um, anyway, let me say hello to all you, my friends here. Um, Rob on the road. Someone has got the sun. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm getting all kinds of vitamin D here. Um, for sure. Hey, Seth is riding in my RV. Well, I kind of, after a week at sea, I'm kind of looking forward to being in the RV. But I'll tell you all about it on a video soon. Here, you are awesome. Thanks for all the nice videos. You're very welcome. Thank you, the RV DJ Jeremy Weiser Icon, the top cruise ship in the world. I don't know if it is the top, but it's the supposed to be the largest one for sure. So. And I'm surprised that even the internet is working here. Let me show you the view outside our window. This is what they call a an infinity balcony, which is really just a ceiling to floor a window. It's really a large window. It's because you open it up and then your whole room becomes the balcony. And we are in the tropics in July. Actually, my birthday is coming up. So it's hot out there. RV Camping Adventures, thank you for that super chat. I left my little bell in Miami, but we'll have it soon. We'll have it soon. Actually, let me read some. Good afternoon, Adventures with Bill and Livy. Hello, Bill. Bill in Utah, or from Utah. Charlie Grace. Hey, Charlie Grace, how you doing? And Brandon Stargell, happy Friday. Jim Foster, howdy, Robert and Illy and Alma. Hope you are enjoying the high seas. And that's the high seas for you, right? For you, right there. That's actually that's looking south. I believe we are going. Let me see the map there. Yeah, we're going west at 17 knots right now. Which, if we keep at this speed, we'll be in Miami like in 2 hours, and we're not supposed to arrive until tomorrow morning. So, it's Aaron Romano, hello there, and Christopher Olson again, hello, and Crystal Adventures, hola amigo Robert, I am traveling and listening. Well, hello everybody, hello, and yeah, our internet is actually working. Yesterday I was having trouble uploading. Maybe everybody's still like getting ready for dinner or something. Nobody's really streaming the internet at this moment. Let me scroll down here, everybody. Charlie Grace, looks like I'll be at Camp Winnebago too. Hey, great news. Looking forward to seeing you there. Where is the cruise heading? Well, tomorrow. Tomorrow we're arriving back in Miami. The cruise was supposed to go to the Lesser Antilles, the northernmost Lesser Antilles, more specifically Saint Thomas and Saint Martin. But there's this pesky hurricane somewhere in the Caribbean, and at some point, this is what happened. Did we lose the internet? No. Okay, I'm getting distracted here. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, you know. They diverted the cruise to Mexico. We were supposed to go to San Thomas and Saint Martin. I was really looking forward to that. And now the hurricane is going to where we just left. The ship was doing 22, 23 knots yesterday. It was noticeably faster just getting out of the way of the hurricane coming back to the Bahamas, which we were today. Actually, today was a great day, probably one of the best days of the whole cruise. We spent the whole day basking in the sun or baking, more likely, at the Hideaway Beach at CocoCay. Perfect day at CocoCay, they call it. And it was pretty good. Barb, the forest from Ohio. Hello, Robert and family. Journey will be 5 on Wednesday. She barely missed your birthday. Well, say happy birthday, dear Journey. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, 2 days early, we would have had the same birthday. Evening, Robert from Spacious Skies Campground in New Jersey. Uh, um, Robert, are you into stand-up comedy? I like certain comedians. Actually, they had a very adult comedian here on the ship. Was it last night or the night before? But it was very adult. Bob Leach, what's going on? On you out to sea on a boat, no RV, having red wine, and just where are you going? Why did you not tell us? Didn't I mention it last Friday that we were heading on a cruise? Well, having wine because this boat has no IPAs, and so we've been having wine and cocktails. More, I gained like 10 pounds. I don't even want to weigh myself when we get back to Miami tomorrow. Pretty good. Uh, Adventure with Bill and Livy. We're going on our next cruise in about a month. Where are you going? Where are you going? RG, where are you going? Well, where are we coming from? We've been on the water for a whole week, and yeah, we are much faster than the independence of the seas. You see the independence? Oops, this thing is gonna fall off. It's not a very stable tripod there, but yeah, maybe they're not doing Miami until tomorrow, huh? But this ship looks noticeably larger than any other ship on the different ports we've been at. It is the largest cruise ship in the world. Daniel Ruiz, thank you for that super chat. Thank you. Your timing was perfect. You started just as the Portugal versus France match Ended. France won in a shootout. That's the game, probably the game that we were at a bar in the island. A great band playing there. They had this girl playing the percussion, and she was playing bongos, congas. On one foot, she had a tambourine. On the other foot, she had the kick drum, and she had like a cowbell, and she was like an octopus, doing all this stuff at the same time. Great guitar player and singer too, but she was the one who impressed me the most. But yeah, I think they were watching that game. I'm not really I'm oblivious to what happens in sports most of the time, unless it's like the Super Bowl. The Lost RVers, thank you for that super chat. Ahoy, Roberto Boondocking Lakeside at 111 degrees. Man, I thought the Bahamas were hot, but we have one dislike. Hmm. Maybe they don't like. See, looking at the waters here of the Atlantic Ocean. 'Cause this is technically, I don't think this is technically. I don't think this is considered the Caribbean, right? This is the waters between Florida and the Bahamas. And right now we're going at 17.5 knots. So they must be wanting to go somewhere. Mark Duran and greetings, Robert, from sunny hot New Albany, Indiana. Right across the street, I mean, the river there from Louisville, right? Shelby Moore, miss you cooking. We're gonna do a lot of cooking now because I have to lose some weight. So the next upcoming trip in which we're gonna go to the Camp Winnebago rally in Iowa, and then the Winnebago Towables rally in Shipshewana, Indiana, and then I forget. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff: Michigan, Ohio. Um the cruise sounds fun. Someone wanted to do like a traveling rubber cruise, like for all of us to do something like this together. We might do like a 3-day cruise at some point in the future. Actually, I really liked this CocoCay for something like just to relax, because I mean we did it. We in Cozumel we didn't really do anything, and then in Costa Maya, Costa Maya. We did a tour to Mayan ruins, which was actually very neat. So that's all we've really done on this cruise, besides eating and drinking and eating again, and the pools. We went in the pool and the jacuzzi and all that. But yeah, it's been one of those. And of course, I'm with mom and Illy on this cruise. El de los Tarviers, no air. 113 tomorrow, plus forest fires 20 miles due west. Get out of there, man. Going to the Sierra Nevada. What are you doing at the 113 degrees? Go out on the coast. Don't melt on me, my friend. I want to see you at Quartzsite. Mark Duran, hey, since you'll be near Louisville on July 12th, why not do a meetup for everyone in the Kentuckiana area? I don't know exactly how long. I know I'm gonna be passing through there on the 12th, but I don't know if I'm gonna have like 4, 6, 8 hours in the area. It's gonna be one stop. I'm probably gonna be overnighting at a campground nearby, most likely the Louisville North campground, but um I might say hello to my cousin Juan, but it's gonna be a quick layover. I have to make it all the way from Orangeburg, South Carolina, to Forest City, Indiana, in 4 days. So yeah, but I don't know if I can do like a whole full-fledged meetup, but I'll be there. I'll be there. Redmond R, thank you for that super chat. Happy belated 248th birthday, America. Yeah, yesterday actually. It was, and I haven't put anything on Facebook since our first day here in the cruise, or anywhere else on social for that matter. Yeah, that's been our view for the most part over the past week. Um, but they did a great celebration here on the boat. Um, the irony was not lost on me that all the people, the cruise director, assistant cruise director, everybody doing hosting the celebration were British. So celebrating. So they use celebrating your Independence Day. That's the way they phrased it. But it was a great celebration. They had a memorial for the veterans, which was very, very moving, very, very nice. They did a great job with that. And then the celebration, at midnight they did a balloon drop, red, white, and blue balloons. They sang "God Bless America" and the national anthem, and it was a good celebration. They went all out. Um, Rod's Eye View. Hello, Robin, and everyone from the banks of the flooding Mississippi in Illinois. Hey, be careful out there. If the water raises much, I'm turning the key and driving away. Yeah, drive away, or if you have a boat, you just sail down the Mississippi. How is the cruise? Hey, Natalie Driscoll. The cruise has been good for the most part. It's just, and if you see the title, this may not be for me. Um, and for the first couple of days, I had a little of a cabin fever in here, because even though it's a huge ship, right? The largest ship in the world. This is a floating city. The fact of the matter that you cannot leave the city. You're going where they take you, and as RVers, we have such freedom to on a whim. You know what? Tomorrow I don't feel like being here. Let's go to whatever city is within 400, or town, or beautiful place that is within 400 miles of us or so. And in here, it's we're still confined in the cruise ship, but the food has been great. The service has been great. um it's a cruise ship. They kind of pamper you, and for the most part, 99% of the people in this cruise ship have been outstanding. Ask Remy. I just watched the Titanic yesterday. Very appropriate, my friend. I counted all the lifeboats, and it's like 240 people fitting each of them, and I think I counted enough for all of us, because they have a running track around the ship, and you run right along all the lifeboats. But yeah. Have you met the captain of the ship? Is it an autopilot? Have you seen anyone dressed up as ship captain? Not really. The captain, I did cruises like 20 years ago, and I'm farther back. Not many. I think I've done like 3 cruises in my whole life before this one. And they used to have the captain night, in which the captain, would address everybody. There would be like a gala kind of thing, and you get to shake the captain's hand and all that. They don't do that anymore. Jackie Trujillo, hey Robin, and everybody, happy Friday. Nice haircut, looks great. Thank you. I got a new barber, yeah, and it's grown a little bit since then. Leslie Evans, even on the biggest ship on Earth, you're still a speck on the huge Atlantic Ocean. Looks like calm waters. It's been today is been pretty calm, just because we have like the whole island of Cuba between us and the hurricane. But yesterday and the day before was a little choppy. I mean, it didn't move much, but it's still, you felt it like one of these. Once in a while, and then especially at the forward, at the stern of the ship, where the theater is. Um, Hello, everybody. I wish I had like. It's the big return of Dylan Reynolds. Welcome back. Dylan Reynolds in the house. Trouble Dreamer, thank you for that super chat. My dad wants to know, how far were you from the bears when they were catching salmon? Not very far at all, actually. Probably 30 feet, 25 feet. I mean, we were at a platform, and we were, they had no way of getting to us, but we were like probably less. I mean, they were walking right under us. So maybe 15, 20 feet, the ones that were really close. So yeah, it was very close. Um, Young Dave, Robert, your cabin fever comment is why cruises are not for me. The shore excursions sound nice, but I like to go off and explore on my own with no time limit on when to get back to the ship. And that's another thing, yeah. And on this cruise ship, I think mainly because we changed the itinerary so drastically. I mean, we were in Mexico from like both on both locations from like 7 a.m. to like 6 p.m. I mean, we were there all day. So our excursion was like from 7 to 11 a.m., and by noon we were here on the ship, and swimming in the swimming pool I was. So Mark Drenning, any seasickness? Not really. On the day that we were going really fast and it was moving a little bit, if you looked out the window from like the promenade, which is the main area, and the promenade is kind of low, same like from the restaurant. Because from up here, we're on the 11th floor, on the 11th deck, as it is called on the cruise ship. And believe it or not, that water is pretty far, below us. On deck three, for example, deck four at the restaurant, we're right there. You see it right there, and the deck five and deck six, which are the lower, the deck five and six are the promenade. You see the water a lot closer. So when we were going 23 knots yesterday, it was going really fast. But we were now doing 17.8. I'm looking at the TV. It tells you all the stats and your coordinates and all that. I can give you the GPS coordinates if you wanna spot us on the map. Maybe not. Um, Ask Remy says, good internet. Yeah, I was worried because yesterday I was uploading the podcast and it failed 3 times. So I'm like, you watch, they're going to throttle me. This is going to be like horrible. But so far, I mean, YouTube is complaining. Oh, actually, your encoder is sending data faster than real time, multiple seconds of video each second. You must rate, I don't know. It's working great. Thank you, Elon. Starlink. This boat has Starlink. Dylan Reynolds, this has been a long time since I've watched your streams. The last time was September 16th, 2023. That's how many months ago that's this? October, November, December, January, February. Like 9 months. Well, welcome back, Dylan. We missed you, man. Michelle K, no, we did not really get seasick. When we were looking out the window when the boat was going really fast and it was a little choppy, you get a little queasy looking out the window because I mean your brain is not used to seeing that. But I mean the ship doesn't really move much. Let's put it that way. Happy Friday, Robert. Hey, Raul Medina. Hurricane seems to be heading for San Antonio, Texas. It will be where and not hot. Well, stay safe, man. And last I checked, it was heading to the Yucatan Peninsula, right? But after that, of course, it has to go somewhere. And the last time I checked was, to be honest, was yesterday. It was gonna hit somewhere between Cozumel and Costa Maya, like somewhere in between the two places that we visited on the Mexican, the Riviera, Mayan Riviera there. Undefeated records. I'm going to watch the Poseidon Adventure after this. Golden anniversary. Hello, Robert. Hope you are enjoying your cruise. We're currently in the White Lake, South Dakota, coming to you via Starlink on our way to Alaska. I mean, I wish I was going to Alaska this year again, but we'll save that for next year. Yeah, let me make it a little bigger. To and we're going from Starlink to Starlink. The only thing that worries me about the internet on the cruise ship is that they don't let you use a VPN. So I've been careful of what I access or not. If you turn on Surfshark VPN, they lock you out, and it's just greed, right? Because they sell you a different internet package for each device, so they want to know your IP address, so they know that you don't you don't connect more than one device to that internet account. Ask Remy. I'm going to be in Little Rock, right on the river at the bridge. Have you been there? Yeah, Little Rock. That's that RV park on the west bank of the river. Great RV park. Great views of the city, and and you can just walk to the Bill Clinton Library if you're so inclined. Mark Durener, I was an oiler in the U.S. Navy, and once that oil started rolling, even the water was calm. The ship was back and forth, back and forth. Well, yeah, in that case, it would because you have that big mass of liquid. Beryl is heading to South Texas at current predictions. Okay, I haven't been really been looking today, as the folks from the boat named it. Perfect day at CocoCay, and we just disconnected. We just headed to the beach. I didn't even bring anything with me, just my they call it the sail pass, which is your card, and my phone in a waterproof enclosure that actually broke. Uh, we spent all day, from the pool to the bar, back to the pool, to the beach, back to the. By the way, I finally got to visit a swim up bar. That was one of my bucket list things, and I've done it twice on this cruise ship. So that's actually really good. Rafael Yakapin, how was the Alaska trip in 2023, Robert? It was great. That was something that I want to repeat, maybe every 2 or 3 years. Just because, even though we spent 6 weeks in Alaska, I mean, we saw a lot, but I'm not going to say we scratched the surface. No, we more than scratched the surface. We actually dug in a little deep in some areas, but we need to see more. I mean, there's so much more. Do we get a cruise ship video for the channel, or is this trip staying private? No, you're gonna get a video of the highlights. Really, the first day on the cruise, which I really walked around the whole ship, kind of, and I show all the areas. There's gonna be mostly clips of all the entertainment that we enjoyed, and then the Mayan ruins in Mexico. Yeah, that's gonna be part of the video, a little more elaborate, and. But I've been filming mostly everything with my phone, so it's not gonna be like the cinematic zoomings and this and that I normally do. So there's gonna be a video, but I'm you see what I'm doing here, right? I'm kind of setting your expectations low because it's many parts of our time here has been for fun, right? Trying to have as much fun as possible. Hello, Robert. Happy Friday. This time from Destin. Oh, Destin, man. I want to go back to Destin. Having a fantastic 4th of July weekend. DG from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Well, enjoy Destin. I love Destin. That's to me that's the best beach north of the Caribbean for sure. Hello, Darlene Barcelo and Mr. Robato. Domo arribato, Mr. Robato. It's Illy is doing better. She's getting more and more movement every day from her left arm. But still, it's gonna be a long way. Probably 6 weeks or so until she's gonna be doing therapy. So yeah, it's like me with my leg. My with my left ankle. When we went to Alaska in last summer, I still had a little bit of a limp when we left for Alaska. So it takes a long time for it to. Golden anniversary. Can you tell me or describe to me the turnoff for that wonderful campsite you refer to as the Wall near the Badlands? Well, you have to go to the town called Wall, South Dakota. They have that Wall drugstore that yeah, it's you gotta see it at least once, and then just take the road to Badlands National Park. There are two exits on the left, on the east side of the road. If you actually enter Badlands National Parks, you pass them, and they're kind of you blink you miss them. There are two exits on the left, about 2 miles apart or so, right before the entrance to Badlands National Park. And it's a dirt road. I mean, it's doable. I mean, I've seen 40-foot fifth wheels there, so anybody can pretty much do it. But yeah, it's one of my top five. Josefina Martinez, how's mom doing? Mom is here. She's there laying on the sofa, looking at the chat. I don't know if she's typed anything and maybe I missed it. But if anybody sees my mom on the chat, say hello. Uh, she's doing all right. She's mobility wise, it struggles a little bit, but she's being able to walk up and down the cruise ship and enjoyed most things. Jeremy Weiser, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Please buy mom whatever drink she would like tonight. It's probably gonna be a room temperature water, but I'll get her one of those. Uh, Oliver DeVries, did the cruise itinerary get affected by the hurricane? Yeah, we were supposed to go to St. Thomas and St. Martin, and we ended up at Cozumel and Costa Maya, which were okay. Actually, Costa Maya, I really like. Cozumel, I didn't care much for. I mean, we've been there before, but Costa Maya. If we ever take a cruise again and it goes to Costa Maya, I thought it was a nice. It's tourist trap, of course. It's touristy, but it's a little more a better executed than Cozumel. I guess Cozumel is older and it feels like this labyrinth, this maze of a shopping mall. It almost felt like walking through an IKEA. We couldn't find our way back to the ship. And by the way, everybody say hello to my mom. Greetings from the Atlantic Ocean. Have a nice weekend. Love and peace, mom. Everybody say hello. And oh, Mark Drennan forgot you were on a cruise. Yeah, this is the view outside our window here. Looking at what body of water would this be? This is not the Florida Strait. This is the body of water between Florida and the Bahamas. Actually, we're still within the Bahamas. We're right now probably somewhere in between CocoCay and Bimini. I'm looking at the map here on our television set in the room. And now YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers might experience buffering. Says YouTube. Let me know if you experience buffering. And Remy Pasión, happy Friday, Robert, Ilian, Mom, and Alma. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy with the cruise. Yes, actually, yesterday they did a great job with the celebrations for the 4th of July. Victor CF, hi Robert and everyone. Greetings from Vermont. At some point, we're gonna return to Vermont. Is that your room view? Says Michelle K. Yes, it is. We have what they call an infinity balcony, which is nothing but a big window that you can open, and then the whole balcony becomes a. I mean, the whole room becomes your balcony. And this time of the year, it's really not that convenient because it is hot out there. So right now, the AC is even having a hard time cooling this down to like it's probably actually very cool. This ship is high tech. I can go on my app here and show you that my current room temperature is. Oh, you got plans? The top hits with DJ Deck Five midship at 5 p.m. We missed it. We have all kinds of the whole I cooled it down to 66, but it is only at 73. But from here I could, shut off the screen. I cannot really open the balcony, but I could turn off all the lights here. It's like a modern, I guess it's like a modern RV, right? Yes. By the way, we're drinking red wine today. Not really a good selection of IPAs on the boat. I haven't seen any IPAs. And on the island, they didn't have any IPAs. They had like Jamaican beer and Bahamian beer, and of course, they all of them have Corona and Michelob Light and Bud. You know the drill. Trailer traveling. Hey Gord, happy Friday, traveling Robert, Ileana Sanchez, Alma Morales, and fellow Pelican heads from Ottawa for our last night before heading to Arizona. Oh man, Arizona. Arizona is calling. Arizona is bang. It's gonna be. Are you sure you want to go to Arizona in July? It's gonna be hot out there, man. Linda Shockley, hello from hot Redding, California. Journeys by Jay, Red Wine. Actually, they haven't played that song yesterday. I mean, the whole week, but yesterday they were doing like classic reggae. They have a great. I mean, you can tell that that's what they really like to play because they were excellent reggae band at the but by the pools up there at the and then they were doing a little bit of calypso soca. It was still good, but when they went like they went down with like like red wine kind of I didn't know any of the songs that they were singing, but they were really good. All the performers except for one, I think, or two have. I mean, and they've been okay. There's no bad performer on this ship, but they have the dueling pianos with a gentleman from I forget his name from they have a gentleman from Australia, and he does like the older stuff. He knows like every Elton John song and that kind of that era. And then there's a younger lady that does like the more modern stuff, the Katy Perry's and the Taylor Swifts. But man, they're really good. And then you have the orchestra, which is, I mean, yeah, no IPAs as of the moment, but next Friday, you bet we're gonna have some IPA. Where are we gonna be next Friday? Next Friday we're gonna be en route, actually, somewhere between South Carolina. We're probably gonna be in the vicinity of. I don't know. I have to look at my map. We're gonna be somewhere in between South Carolina and Kentucky. Raul Medina, did you ride the water slides? No, I didn't. I was tempted actually, but it's been there's so much to see on this trip, and and everything gets so crowded so quickly. Had I been able to do it like 10 a.m., but then there's like everything. I mean, it's very crowded. It's a big ship. Even though there are like five swimming pools, they're not that big. Some of these swimming pools are like little ponds. I mean, they're like 3 feet deep. I mean, it's like, yeah. Uh, Journeys by Jay. Sorry if I missed it. Are there any more stops on your cruise, or are you heading home? We're heading home. We're heading Miami, Florida tomorrow morning. Uh, Reggae at the Swim Up Bar. Yeah, they're not exactly there. I think they missed an opportunity here on the boat because they put them in a stage that they're really not facing anything. So you have to be there. They have like a little dancing area and stuff, but if you want to actually see them, you have to sit on one of the lounge chairs there right next to the area where they are. But then they're piping that music all over the swimming pool area. So the swim up bar actually was very small, but it was cool. And then the swim up bar at CocoCay was huge. And yeah, headed to Louisville. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna spend any time in Louisville. I'm en route to Iowa, but I'm probably gonna spend one night in Louisville. And let's face it, it's July in the Midwest. I'm not gonna be boondocking any nights. I'm just gonna, bite the bullet and pay for an RV park just to connect to power to have air conditioner. I mean, yeah. We're planning on being at the Tampa RV show in 2025. Will you be there, traveling Robert? I'm gonna try to be there. Um, I also want to be in Quartzsite, so I'm gonna talk to Winnipeg. I'm like, maybe I can fly from Phoenix, spend a couple of days in Tampa, and then fly back to Phoenix. That's kind of the plan, but we'll see. I would love to be there, but I would love to be in Quartzsite as well. Any midnight buffet attacks? There's no midnight buffet. At midnight, your only option is that they have like it's called the Pearl Cafe. The Pearl is this big. It's supposed to be a work of art. It's a big round thing with little tiles that move like this. People seem to think it's a big deal, and everybody has taken a picture with it. I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I digress. The Pearl Cafe is the only thing that is 24 hours, during the business hours, let's call it. They have sandwiches and stuff that they can hit for you. But then through the night, if you by at 3 a.m., you're like, I'm hungry. They have like stuff that you can, ready made that you can take away, like salads and sandwiches and whatnot. Dylan Reynolds says, are you going to the M24 and then do a trip around the Great Lakes? I'm gonna do a little bit of the Great Lakes, not a trip around. I mean, there's no time. There's a. I'm gonna be visiting two or three destinations along the Great Lakes, maybe four, but and one of them might actually be in Toronto, believe it or not. But what was I gonna say? Unfortunately, we cannot attend M24 this year. We have a wedding to go to that happens to be on the same date. So we'll be going to M25. Darlene Barcelo, Robert, you look like you have some sun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially today. Today we baked, man, and we didn't realize because we were going like from the pool to the bar. I mean, the bar was inside the pool, so no brainer. And then to the beach, get some salt water, and you can see the little fish. I should have brought like snorkeling gear. Uh, it was great. Big Jim Slade, aka Santa Claus, traveling around. We went by the Buc-ee's at Sevierville, Tennessee, and Richmond, Kentucky twice last week. They were so crowded that it was impossible to get in. Yeah, Buc-ee's has become a destination. So if you want to go to a Buc-ee's, go to one of the ones in Texas, because Texas, they're used to it. It's like, what's the big deal? A gas station that sells barbecue. All of our guys. You go to a QT, a quick trip. Go to QT. They probably have a barbecue. But outside of Texas, they definitely have become tourist destinations, and I think I'm gonna start avoiding them. Actually, I mean they have great gas prices, but it's like you can't park with the RV is a challenge. Uh, it's going to be too hot not to have AC and showers. I mean, and I do have a 25-gallon tank, so I can take a shower. It's just if it's 80 degrees or 85 degrees at 9 p.m. and I want to go to sleep, there's no fantastic fan that is going to cool your RV at that time. You know what I mean? Actually, yeah, Leslie Evans. Has anyone on your cruise recognized you from YouTube? Lo and behold, amazingly enough, yes, I've been recognized. I think like 5 times. Well, twice by the same guy, family. The first day, the last couple of days, I guess they already say hello. So if they saw me, they no big deal. But the first couple of days, I got recognized by like four or five different people. Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, what are the chances, right? I guess RVers and our cruisers too. Rick J, I had two people recognize your T-shirt at a concert. Again, what are the chances? How was CocoCay? Says Raul by Rick J. Um, yeah, well, in Biloxi of all places too. I mean, because in the south, I don't have like there are certain areas of the country where I get recognized a lot, but yeah, the Gulf Coast is not one of the Ohio for some reason. I get recognized a lot. I guess one of my first RV trip was in Ohio, so and also like in the West, Arizona, Utah, California. I get but anyway. How was Coco K? Says Raul Medina, your own review, and I've been speaking about it on and off. I really enjoyed it. It may have been the highlight of the whole cruise for me. Uh, we had a great time. We had a great time at Coco K, and that was the main thing. That's why I wanted to go to St. Thomas and St. Martin. Go to the beaches. I mean, I love going to Mexico too. There are beaches too, of course, and there's culture and all that. But I really wanted to. I'm a beach bum, and I wanted to really be a beach bum. And today, if you can tell, it's do not adjust the white balance on your screen. I am red, and I don't wear sun protection. I never have. I don't. I just yeah. Bob Leach, we too are planning on visiting the Tampa RV Super Show January 2025. It seems like the thing to do down when it is too cold to RV without freezing. Yeah, no, come down to Florida. It hardly ever freezes, and if it freezes like in North Florida where we have Pelicamp, you may get a hard freeze once or twice a year, but it'll last a couple hours, and by noon it'll be in the mid 30s. No midnight buffet, no IPA. I don't know about you, but I'd be after a refund. Um, actually, yeah, I didn't. If had I had like that insurance thing, I could have gotten a refund just because of the change of schedule of itinerary. Nah, I mean they have some great, like drinks. They at the swim up bar they have an absolutely fantastic gin and tonic, and they have a Mexican buffet. Oh my god, amazing! Uh, and right next to the Mexican buffet, they have a bar that they have like the best handcrafted margaritas. Oh yeah! If you plan to visit Iowa, will you visit Omaha? No, unfortunately, no. I think I'm gonna hit Iowa on the east on I-80. Actually, my last night before. Actually, that's not a good idea. Because they don't have a dump station there or anything like that. But I was thinking my last night before GNR, it's no longer called GNR now, it's called Camp Winnebago, was going to be at the I-80 rest stop. But I might just look for a KOA so I can have full hookups and try to hold it. The whole Winnebago rally is like 5 days. And if I shower sparingly and don't eat too much, I might be able to hold the 5 days without calling the honey wagon. Because the last time I was at Camp Winnebago, the honey wagon broke my black sewer valve, and that was not pretty. That was not pretty. Uh, Remy, why are you on this cruise? Mainly for mom, mainly to get her out of the house. She wanted to, sit here and look at the ocean behind us, which is great ocean actually, the Atlantic right there, and I also wanted to test the theory whether I like cruising or not, which the jury's still out. It's been great. They have some great moments, but I also there's some moments where I wish like get out of the ship. It's a Mexican buffet. That's all you had to say. Yeah, it was. I mean, the burritos were, the quesadillas were all right, but then you can make your own tacos. and they had like pork, beef, chicken. The pork was so good. It's like, and then you put your long little cilantro up there and onion and green chili and amazing, amazing. I tell you. Journeys by Jay. In December, my wife and I are going to Key West for 30th anniversary. We're flying into Miami, renting a convertible. Oh, that's the way to do it, brother. Renting a convertible and going to cruise to the Keys to Paradise. What are the must sees? Oh man, I could do a whole video about that. Just take it easy down the road. Maybe you don't want to drive straight to Key West in one go. Stopping Key Largo, stopping Marathon. Maybe I don't know. There are several really good restaurants in Key Largo. There's stop at Denny's Cuban Cafe and have a Cuban coffee. That's what I always used to do when I didn't have the RV. And if and when I get my Class C, now I might be able to park it for a few minutes at certain places along the way. That's the one thing I miss about going to the Keys with the RV. I cannot stop at my regular stops. And yeah, I mean, and if you can stop at any of the state parks along the way, you know. Nidia, oh, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. We have a rule: never book during hurricane season. Too hot and too crazy. Cruises can be fun. I heard there was a small fire in the Icon of the Seas. I'm glad you're having fun. Yeah, there was a small fire on the previous cruise, actually, but apparently it was small enough that it didn't affect our sailing. So we're good. We're good, and they did have a delay on boarding, according to them. And actually, we boarded real quick. Thanks to mom, she was in a wheelchair, so we just skipped the line. But I was gonna go somewhere with this. By the way, take a look at the it's actually very calm waters here in the Bahamas. Where was I going with this? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh man. Oh, the fire. They were saying that they were having some boarding delays because of a cost inspection. I call BS. They were trying to fix that whatever got damaged by the fire, and probably the Coast Guard had to inspect it. Yeah, but it wasn't no routine inspection. I'm sure it was no sun protection. Wow, you're a lucky guy. I made the mistake of not wearing sunscreen and have paid for it multiple times so far. I have pretty thick skin when it comes to that, I guess. Mark Drennan, thank you for becoming a Chief Pelican Head. Thank you. This traveler, welcome. And Seafaring Robert, yeah. Jim in DC, small fire, having campfires on board. I don't know. They actually ban all except like curling irons, which I have no use for. They ban all heat producing devices or fire producing devices from this boat. So they don't even allow extension cords and power strips. So yeah. And I was gonna say something. Oh, I know what I wanna do. All I wanna do is have some fun. I was gonna do something, but no, it doesn't let me do it. Never mind. Jim in DC, the cruise line was making sure you didn't bring your own firewood. They want you to buy theirs. Oh, for sure. Yeah, they don't allow anything in here that. By the way, I saw a funny meme today. It was a bunch of little pieces of wood, like a bunch of them, and the meme said a log cabin from IKEA, something like that. No curling irons. I couldn't go. I've seen you in person, Remy, and I know I get the joke. Hey Nash, howdy everyone. Sorry I'm late. No worries. We're having a good time here like every Friday. And I'm so glad that I was able to do this live stream from actually we are No, I mean we are in the middle of the ocean right now, as you can see. There's no land in sight, so we're using the Starlink in motion from the ship. Hello, North Star, Great Danes, and Bart. You're welcome to come back to Utah any day. Robert is. I live out there and play in the desert. I enjoy your videos, so many of them. Safe travels. Utah, as I said, is one of my favorite states, and you bet, I'm gonna go back. Although next year, and I haven't done any of that, but next year I shall endeavor to try to get into some of those hard to get places that you some of them you even require a lottery or a reservation. Like I would love to go to the Wave and finally do the Grand Canyon, hiking to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, if not to rim, maybe maybe even Mount Whitney. We'll see. We'll see. Nash, enjoy your cruise. Thank you. Oh, thank you, William Brody. Thank you for that super chat. Oh my God, I'm losing my voice. Maybe I need some red wine. Any good fried chicken on the ship? Let me tell you something. That's the one type of food they don't know how to make here. Even, I mean, how can you screw up biscuits and gravy? But for example, Indian food is excellent. So I have a theory that the chef is either everybody here is from a different country. A lot of Filipinos and people from Pakistan, India. I mean, oh yeah, I have a feeling that chef has to be Indian because Indian food, it's it's excellent. You know, we've been to the buffet and they always have like three items. You know, like a small island with that and yeah. But then biscuits and gravy, they're really bad. North Star Great Danes, thank you for becoming a chief pelican head. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, there's something odd. I'm trying to do something here and never mind. Um, what cruise ship are you on? This is the Icon of the Seas, self-proclaimed, and I think um, it's the largest cruise ship in the world, according to Wikipedia and to what I've read. And to they remind you every time you're on the ship, you are on the largest cruise ship in the world, and all that. And yeah, it is big. It's big. It's good. I like it. JB, I love cruising and camping. I've always thought it would be fun for my favorite Utah campers and YouTube cruisers to trade places and see what they thought. It's a good ship, don't get me wrong, but I don't think this is for me. Like, I'm not gonna go on a cruise every 6 months. And I'm thinking the next time I go on a cruise, unless we do like, and somebody wants to organize like a traveling Rover and friends cruise, and we might do that at some point next year. But I'm thinking if I do a cruise again, it's gonna be going to a place where you cannot drive to or fly to, right? Let's call it um, let's do like the Alaska Panhandle, Sitka, Juneau, and all that. Let's call it Antarctica. Let's call it the the North Passage. Going it's you have like a 2 week or 3 week window of opportunity to do the North, or the North Passage, going on the north of Alaska and even north of I mean on the north of Canada. The Bay of Hudson up there, and then I think it even goes close to Prudhoe Bay and all that. That will be an epic cruise. I'm sure it's expensive, but someday we'll do it. And that's cruising to the this type of cruise. I might do again, but it's not gonna be on my top list anytime soon. Uh, Cruises are way too crowded, in my humble opinion. Yes, and nothing against children, but on the next one I might do an adults only cruise, just because I'm old, I'm cranky, and I want my peace and quiet sometimes. And that's all I gotta say about that. By the way, the swimming pools are very crowded on this cruise. I was able to hit the main swimming pool at 10 a.m. The day before yesterday, or yesterday actually. Yesterday was a sea day. It was early. The pool was half empty. It was kind of windy, so nobody was out and about yet. I'm like, this is my chance. Boom! And that's the only one pool in the whole ship that is anything over 4 feet in depth. All the other pools are like 3.5. It's like a little pond. It's excuse me. Even though I'm not having beer, I'm getting a little bit of a. Young Dave, the wave. If you get a permit for that hike, don't miss the Wire Pass Trail that takes you to Buckskin Gulch, one of the premier slot canyons in the Southwest. And I was checking, and I believe you have to get like a permit. They only do the permits like 2 days in advance or something like that. I was like, maybe I can reserve it from now so I can go in March. No, it doesn't work that way. Some of those adult cruises only get wild. I bet. I betcha. Hey, Northwest Coastal Couple, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Did I miss another super chat? Because, Illy's the one that usually reminds me, and she's just watching the chat with the video on pause, because we don't want to overtax the bandwidth here in the cruise. But let me tell you, I'm surprised it's held up so well in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right here. Let me show. Actually, let me show you. This is what it looks like. This is that infinity balcony. It's just oh, look at the wake of the boat down there. It's just like a large window, really. I want my money back on this infinity balcony. Donovan Davis, have you ever considered a river cruise? Less than 200 people, no kids, sailing right into city centers, the Rhine, the Danube. I would love to do the Danube in Germany, and the Rhine as well. Well, the Rhine is the one in Germany. Actually, the Rhine goes through Dusseldorf, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, we might do that in Europe in the future. I've seen those river cruises. They're small boats. Yeah, as I said, 200 people. This is like 6,000 people on this floating city here. It's like mm. The Traveling Irishman. Hey, Robert, how do you like cruising? As I said, continuity camera has 20% battery Yeah, I'm using the iPhone as a continuity camera to show you this. Yeah, we'll be done. I mean, if it dies, it dies. I haven't charged that iPhone in a couple of days. Um, I like cruising. I have no complaints. It is just sometimes it feels claustrophobic. It feels like you're trapped in this big city on the ocean. Um, I don't know. I guess if you do it more often, I will get more used to it. Dylan Reynolds, what happened to Illy? Oh, you haven't heard. You haven't been here for a while, and you have, of course, those videos haven't come out yet. Um, we were at her niece's house in Spain. They lived near Alicante, in Spain, and yeah, she missed a step and she fell. A pretty bad fall. She dislocated a shoulder, broke her lip. We had to go to emergency room at that time. In a small town in Spain, and but they put her back together. She's on the mend. She doesn't like when I say it like that. They put her back together. She's on the mend. She's gonna have to go through some therapy, but she's gaining more and more movement on that left arm every day. Jaining Tubania, new follower here. Aloha from Oregon, and welcome, welcome to the show. As you know, every Friday we do this, internet permitting, and every Sunday we have a new video. This Sunday is gonna be the second part of Moab. I was gonna do like one long Moab video, but then I had to come on the cruise. And let's face it, I've tried working here on the cruise. I mean, I've done like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes done of the next video after this Sunday. Um, but I mean, just 10 minutes of basic editing, no voiceover or anything like that. So yeah, Robert, when will you be home? Sending something. I'll be home tomorrow for 2 days, but you can send it. You can send it, and yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a solo trip to Winnebago. Illy's gonna stay and do some of that therapy. I mean, there's no way, and I already committed to go to the Winnebago rally and the other one, the Toes rally, and depending how she progresses with that therapy, she's gonna fly either to Detroit, Chicago, Toronto, who knows, you know, and that's the way it's gonna have to be. Oh, young Dave, you can also apply 4 months in advance. I'm gonna look that one up because I mean I don't want to go in the dead of winter, but maybe April, May, something like that, March, maybe yeah. I don't know. I have to check the weather. More research shall go into this. Remy asked so many times what happened. Now I know. Yeah, the traveling Irishman. Yes, I love cruising because you can see multiple places and you don't have to worry about food or yeah, that's true. That part is true and trust me, I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow, but I'm pretty certain I've gained like 10 pounds. I don't usually do desserts. I don't. I mean, you guys know I've been kind of doing low carb, not on the ship. I mean, I still gravitate more towards protein, but then they have these delicious chocolate mousses and then at the restaurant, and yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you have all this free food, not free, included, right? And we even got the drink package, so everything is included. It's not free, but you feel like it is free. Once you paid for it and you put it on the credit card and forgot about it, it feels free. It's not. This cruising ain't cheap, but we've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it. It's certainly been an experience. Our kids are giving us a Fort Lauderdale trip next week for our 25th anniversary. Well, congratulations! I was hoping if you knew a restaurant off the beaten path, not in Fort Lauderdale, Sheila J. I mean, in Miami, and we don't even go out to dinner in Miami as much. I would go out on a limb and say something that is not on the tourist. Go to Sergio's or some place like that if you're in Miami. Fort Lauderdale really, it's just 40 miles north of us, but we don't really. We haven't gone. I haven't been to. There's a great German restaurant somewhere along US one, but I don't know. I forget the name. Did you win the karaoke contest, Jim? I tried to go to that karaoke. That karaoke bar was like that every night. It was like I don't know. It's like crazy. I couldn't have gotten in. It's uh it's one of those things. Like, no. But we did go to dueling pianos, and that was great. How about a cruise on a schooner? That sounds interesting to me. They have a great schooner bar here called Schooner Bar. That would be great. Um, we might be doing different, maritime trips in the future. Norwegian has some. Okay. Yeah, we're the next time I'm not gonna do probably I'm not gonna do Royal Caribbean. We're gonna try one of the other, maybe MSC, maybe Norwegian, maybe. I mean, the only one that I knew before this was Carnival. So yeah. Robert, when you cruise, you don't follow any of your regular routine, maybe running, but food, eat, drink, drink, drink. Enjoy your vacation from the social media. Tonight's live is a surprise. Well, thank you. And that's exactly what I did. I had this grand idea of they have a running track here that I think if you do it twice, it's like a mile. I don't know, or 4 times is a mile. They have the markings and they have a. I mean, they have a gym that would put for probably LA Fitness to shame. I mean, it has a great gym, it has a running track, and I'm like, tell you what, every morning I'm gonna go and exercise. Guess how many times I've done it? uh, Bob Leach, do you think it's necessary to purchase Tampa RV show tickets in advance, or is there no need to do that? It's not like needing a miracle to get a ticket. Nah, you can get in. I wouldn't. Yeah, don't do it. And the ticket, by the way, it's good for 2 days. So, which is a good thing because in one day you barely scratch the surface at that Tampa RV show. The karaoke bar is all where all those with the drinking package congregate. Yeah, right. And no, we spent most of our nights at the dueling pianos. That was great. Oh, and they have a great jazz club. And you guys know I love jazz. So I mean, last night they had the blues, but the previous night they had like classic vocal jazz, and the second night they had like a postmodern jukebox kind of jazz. Like pop songs played as jazz. And one night they didn't have the regular jazz band, but the orchestra. They had the orchestra at the jazz, but it was loud. At the jazz, all of them crammed in that little stage. It's like a 10-piece band or something like that. And they did like Earth, Wind and Fire, Tower of Power, like funk. And the music has been amazing on this cruise. Joshua Gurrola, my sister Melinda birthday is coming up. Can you sing her happy birthday, Melinda? Happy birthday to you. Time for me to go. Take care. All right, Mark. Hopefully, I'll get to see you in Kentucky. Okay, Robert, where in the world are we? We are somewhere in between Bimini and CocoCay in the Bahamas. But that's all you can see outside our window. The Atlantic Ocean. I don't think there's a special name for the body of water between Florida and the Bahamas, right? It's not like the Florida Straits between Florida and Cuba. What's the name of that body of water? I'm not sure. And I've lived next to it for like what, almost 40 years. All right, let me reset this here. Bob Leach, how far is it to the Cigar City Brewery from the Tampa RV show? Is there a shuttle back and forth? Are you doing karaoke at the bar? How are the desserts? Is your wine good? My wine is really good actually, and I discovered this wine yesterday at the Schooner Bar actually, because every bar has a different menu, different wines. I mean, I think you can get everything from everywhere, but yeah, it's this is a Spanish. I forget what it's called. This is Spanish Ribera del Duero crianza. It's good. Torres, I think it is called. Yeah. And what was the other question? The shuttle? No, the super show. I'd say it's about 10 miles. It's not like right there. The main brewery, and there's no shuttle. They're far away. They're in different parts of town. Which one you like better, Royal Caribbean or Carnival? I mean, I cannot tell you because the last time I went on Carnival it was like 18 years ago, and this one seems a little more upscale and more expensive too. Did I mention this was not cheap? But I don't know. I mean, I guess each cruise line has their positives and negatives, and actually enjoyed Carnival a lot when we did it back in I want to say 2006 or something like that. The Traveling Irishman, I've cruised on multiple Carnival and I've done one celebrity cruise, which was good. It's higher class than Royal. I've got four more Norwegian cruise plans in the next 2 years. So that's going around one that is going around Hawaii. Maybe I'll cruise to Hawaii. Why not? Jim in DC, at least you have a nice big window. A little pothole just wouldn't cut it. No, it wouldn't. I think on the last cruise on Carnival, we had a proper balcony. But then we did some cruises back like in the early '90s. I used to work at the port of Miami, so I was around cruise ships. But we took like the cheapest Carnival weekend cruise there was, and uh, and I think on the first one we didn't even have a window. Nowadays, on the interior rooms, I think they put a TV with so where you can see the outside. so we're almost running out of time, guys, and we're doing overtime because I started early. I would like to travel to Alaska on Princess Cruise Line, says Domo Arigato, Mr. Robato. Uh, I would like to do Alaska. I don't know which cruise line, but I want to do like the parts that you cannot drive to or that you have to take the ferry to, like Juneau, Sitka. You know that interior passage on the Alaska Panhandle, and maybe do a cruise like from Seattle. Doing all those points of interest. Maybe it ends in Seward, or what's the other town with the tunnel? Whittier. Maybe it stops in Whittier, huh? Donovan, you should give Celebrity or Explorer journeys a try. Explorer has smaller ships and include all inclusive and goes to more exotic destinations. Really, we have to get in touch. Maybe sometime next year we'll do Explorer. That sounds interesting. Smaller ships, all inclusive, exotic destinations. Sign me up. Only Princess and Holland America can enter Glacier Bay National Park. Good to know too. And let me tell you, in Alaska, we saw all this. They have their own rail cars. They have their own buses. In Alaska, it's like a big thing. And when we were in Denali, we went to the Princess Hotel. There was it Princess or Holland America, Illy? The was Princess, right? We went pretty much every night. They have a great saloon in Denali. Remy says, Illy, hope you feel better. That must have hurt. Yeah, she was in a lot of pain, especially that night, and she's still in pain. When she moves it, and or tries to move it, it's yeah. Where do you find all the interesting trivia and things to see in each city you visit? Multiple. I mean, I cannot give you a one source. Um, a lot of the stuff that I do lately is, over the years, all of you guys have given me tips about destinations here and there in different states, and I put pins on my map, stars on my map, and eventually I'll get to them all, hopefully before uh, World Cruise. Robert, what do you think? I don't know if I want to stay on one of these ships more than 1 week. I'll change my mind. I changed my mind many times throughout my almost 53 years of life. So I might change my mind. I'm just glad I I'm just glad that I decided not to do the 3 week cruise, the 3 week transatlantic cruise. I'm glad that I decided to wet my feet, get my feet wet. Wet feet, dry feet, you know what I mean? On this 1 week cruise. I wish we would have gone to our original destinations, but it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna start wrapping this one up, guys. I wanna say cheers to all you guys. In about an hour, we have to be at our dining table. I don't know if we're gonna do the buffet or the dining room. We'll decide after I hang up with you guys, but we gotta get something to eat soon. And this is some pretty good wine. Our last night on the cruise ship. So, what's on your menu tonight? I have no idea. I have no idea. I have to look it up. It's on the app. There's an app for that. Everything is on this cruise ship is on the app. Uh, Everybody, I'm going. Last call for alcohol, says Sonia. So there you go. Emma Slater, can you sing your brilliant song, Robert? Me and my bro love it. Well, that's what I'm gonna do to wrap it up here tonight. Coming to you from somewhere in the middle of the high seas of the Atlantic Ocean, here, somewhere in between CocoCay and Bimini, just about 100 miles east of, not even, of Miami. Actually, we're more like close to. I wish I could show you the TV, but yeah, it shows a map of actually. GPS probably works out here on the out by the window. Let me see. And now I'm gonna kill the internet. No, that's CocoCay right there, but that's not where we are. Yeah, this is Florida right here. Those are all my stars. This is CocoCay. We're somewhere like here. This is Bimini. This is CocoCay. We're somewhere in between those two. That's where we are right now. Where in the world is traveling Robert? Well, 7 p.m. everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday, for choosing to spend. By the way, happy belated Independence Day. We spent it here last night, and not free on my cruise, but to my, yeah, says Remy. Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, I'm here like that, but then again, I don't have to worry about driving or eating. I mean, or where to get the food. I just have to eat whatever they cook, right? Anyway, hey, Dookie Chips, before we go, I want to say hello to Dookie Chips. Hello, Dookie. And Radu, you guys are late. What happened? Happy sailing. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Everybody, have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday, somewhere, probably North Carolina. Maybe I can visit my friend Roberto Gomez in Waynesville. We'll see. Anyway, because I'm riding on my cruise ship, whatever they want me to be. Because I'm not free in my cruise ship, but tomorrow, next week, I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. Because I'm free. I'll be free in my RV. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. And keep enjoying your 4th of July weekend. And I'll see you next Friday. Same time, maybe even a different time zone. Who knows? Bye.